Hi, my name's Cassandra, here for Canadian Beats and Rock the Coliseum, interviewing Canada's #1 party band, Tomahawk Love. And thanks to Jay McCurdy and Kevin McGill for hosting us.
No problem.
Thank you.
No problem.
Yeah. Performing lighthearted music with the spirit of classic rock mixed with influences of punk and pop, Tomahawk Love is the perfect summertime party band, drawing on influences from Led Zeppelin, the Rolling Stones, and Rise Against, and adding their own unique flair. This band is sure to get listeners up on their feet and jamming in no time. So Jay and Kevin, I'd like to talk to you about your latest album, Time for Love. So how did you go about the songwriting process and finding out the sound that you wanted to pull together for that album?
Well, our band has a very eclectic sound to start with, and we all draw from different influences, and that album sort of just came together over different influences, and a very long time coming that we were together as a band for 6 years, but not really connecting as band members, and we went through bass players, we went through drummers, and we finally found a unit that really found our sound and brought us together, and that's when we came together and recorded. But then it was a hacking and slashing process and a rewriting process of actually making these songs good, so everybody kind of came together. And
that's the great thing about it, is that most of, with what we have and what we did for Time for Love, it was pulling everything from all angles, so it wasn't really necessarily one or two people writing anything. It was all of us, and we were all super engaged, so that's where you get those different sounds from. But it's cool where you try to find your own sound, and then we do all these things where you try to be okay, well, do we want to sound like this, do we want to sound like that? But finding out after doing the record and reflecting and listening, you're just wow, that is our sound, that we're a little bit of everything, and that I think that we do it well, and that it's something that suits us, and it always comes back to different dynamics and how we can be individuals and still have that group sound.
Yeah, for sure. I can see that in your song, Story of My Life. First thing I noticed when I heard that was the kind of ska influence. There was a bit of a poppy, rock influence in there, so that was really interesting. Did you have any songs that were your favorites to write or to record, or that are your favorites to perform live? Or you just love all of them? They're all awesome.
Honestly, you should be really excited about our new album that's coming out, because we have a lot of songs on there. There's one that we wrote, me and Kevin in the backyard, when we weren't even really a band, that has now resurfaced, and it is so much fun to play live. Judy Nails, oh my goodness, it's been played live a few times.
Alright.
But I mean, everything off the new album. And if I had to pick one off the old album, I'd probably say Beer Career, just because everybody
Beer Career is a lot of fun, having everybody kind of have some drinks with you and sing along with you. That's cool. Probably. Yeah, I like playing Beer Career a lot. I like, and I think Thinking About You, because it's pretty rowdy, so it's fun to see everybody kind of dance in, and it's kind of like a groovy kind of song. So it's
the #1 song that everybody sings along to. It's so easy to get everybody to do the now and nots at the beginning and the end, and you can extend it.
Writing, I think they were all kind of different places. The songs were all at different points in time, so I didn't really have a more fun time writing one or the other. It was just kind of I liked how it all came together and how it looked, because I was a little bit worried about how they were all going to kind of stack against each other and see how they were all going to sound together, but I was very happy with the results.
Honestly, a lot of them got rewritten in the recording process, and I think that's the most fun stage of writing. We go through and we write, and we go out and we perform, and then we come to the studio, and the songs we've been playing live sometimes get flipped upside down and turned on backwards, and new lyrics and verses are added, and it becomes this whole new exciting entity that you can be excited about.
Yeah, for sure. So can we expect any of those new songs on your gig at Rock the Coliseum?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Alright, that'll be exciting.
You'll definitely hear a lot of new songs for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, moving on, I was wondering, do you ever get into disagreements at all when you're writing? Any disagreements about lyrics or arrangements? And how do you kind of overcome them, or are you guys just happy all the time?
No.
No.
You want to start?
No. More. I would find more arrangements than lyrics. I think it's like we kind of be like, we've known each other for a long time, so I mean, like, we're not afraid to just kind of, we don't really take anything like personally, but it's just sometimes we'll do arrangements like, no, this is stupid. We shouldn't do that. And then we'd be like, okay, we should do that over here. Yeah, that'd be good. We don't really we don't really get into any arguments or anything like that, but we'll just be like, we're quick to deliberate. It's just like, no, we should just do this. Why don't we do that? And then sometimes, I don't know, sometimes we'll see little bickers, but it's all done very, very short-lived kind of stuff, but it's fun.
Yeah.
I find it fun. I think it's like, you really get to see, like, I mean, it's who everybody is. It's them coming out and, like, putting themselves out there, so it's fun. I like it. It would be boring if it was anything else.
Yeah.
We have tiny spats here and there, but the spats come down to a voting process that's, like, become the end-all, be-all for us. Like, we'll...
Purely democratic.
Purely democratic. We'll start and, like, I'll be attached to a lyric, but I'm saying way too much, and they'll be like, listen, you're just mumbling it. You really need to... You can cut out six of those words. Just 6. Vote. Gone. Okay.
Are there ever ties when you're voting? Or
Sometimes, but that'll usually be by, like, just, like, playing a song a couple more times, and be like, okay, I kind of see what you're doing. It's knowing when to give in.
We'll have,
I
like,
guess.
tiny compromise. Like, okay.
Pick your battles kind of thing, definitely. But no, it's fun.
It's a good group we have.
Yeah.
It took time to get Tomahawk Love to be Tomahawk Love, and now there's
it's a family.
Yeah,
it's a family. I look at Jay and Michael and Christian. They're like brothers. So that's why it's kind of funny to me with, like, the spats and everything like that, because it's just a good time. It's just joking kind of stuff.
We're all in Kevin's wedding. We'll be standing side by side.
Oh man, that's gonna be fun.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So I know both of you are vocalists and guitarists for the band. So how did you first start getting involved in singing and guitar, performing music? Like, what was the first push into it?
Me and Kevin go way back into that. It would be Kevin learning guitar and play. Well, Kevin started because I don't know exactly where you started, but you invited me to be in a band in, like, grade 11.
That whole punk rock ethic, you don't know what you're doing.
Do it yourself.
Yeah. Just playing songs, just kind of learning. It's like, hey, I learned this new song, and then it's just like, play this. Hey, I learned this new song, and then you play it. Then you play it like once or twice, and then it's like, then it becomes a thing, and then we just kind of built up our repertoire of playing covers, I guess, and then we just started messing around and just writing different things. And Jay writes a lot of great stuff, and, like, he just, like, would bring things to me. I'd kind of, like, arrange things, or I'd bring things to him, and he'd arrange things, and then it would just start from there.
I tend to write very wordy songs, and Kevin has a way of turning something that could be poetry into an actual fantastic song with a beat.
Well, that's a great combination. Yeah. It's hard to find balance between the two, trying to find lyrics and then putting them to a rhythm or a melody.
For instance, on our new album that's coming out, I started a song with Kevin, and then wrote some of it at work, and came to practice with just clapping. I have a new song, guys, and I started singing. And Michael, our drummer, grabbed my guitar and started writing a melody to it immediately. And within an hour, Christian had a bass line that just could kill somebody because it's so good. You just want to dance.
Could kill somebody.
It's ridiculous. And a whole song was written in an hour, and we just came together, and it came from clapping and Kevin saying a few good one-liners on a night of drinking, and then me taking it and writing too much, and them coming together and making it something art.
It's very easy when you play with such, like, talented people for it to come together so fast. So that's what I love the most. But when we write it, it's better. Like, I never personally write anything whole. I'll always bring pieces of it because I love how Michael and Christian, in my way, I always say, like, kind of keep me in check when I write the certain things, because I'll write something like, hey, what about this? And then I'll love, Michael will be like, no, it's soulless. And then I'll just try it. And then I'll just try it. I'll go back to the drawing board and write something else. It gives me a good, like, jumping off point, and they really, like, they keep me in check, and it's It's a lot of fun being like the rhythm section and then trying to like bounce it off of what Jay does and then comes together and it makes that whole huge thing. It's so cool. But they definitely keep me in check with a lot of like the lyrics that I write and the content that I write. It's fun. It's a good thing.
So you guys have Rock the Coliseum and Riot Fest coming up, which I'm sure is super exciting.
We're so excited.
Yeah.
Very excited.
Both of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So do you ever get nervous before performing at even small concerts or big festivals like that? And do you have any kind of pre-show rituals or traditions that you have to go through? Anything superstitious? Or just good luck?
We have pre-show rituals, like we'll all get together and we have to, cheers a beer beforehand,
A little group huddle kind of thing.
we'll all get together and put our hands together, like, all right, here we go, you ready to go? Let's do this, 1, 2, 3, and yell out something ridiculous. We used to get nervous. Michael and Christian have been in bands prior to Tomahawk Love. They had their nervous stage. They've been in front of the crowds. They've had the equipment fail, and then we went through it, and then we went through it with them, and we've just, it's not so much nervous anymore as excitement. You walk into a situation, and it's almost like, all right, let's punch into work. I fucking love my job,
And not wanting, I guess the nerves come from not wanting to mess it up. Mm-hmm. You want to give the best that you can give to everybody that's there, so that's definitely plays some part with the nerves. I don't probably right until we start playing, and then it's just like, okay, and then go. But it's like fuel. It's like a Red Bull. Yeah. To me, it's like, okay, let's go.
It happened at Rib Fest for me at one point. I turned around and I looked at Christian, and then I looked behind Christian. He was on a screen that was like,
that was the first time with the screens.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I forgot that's happening.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure it's always a great experience.
Oh, yeah. I love it, and I know he loves it. I think we all love it. We'll trade for the world.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Well, thanks for talking to me today. It's been great meeting you. Great talking to you. Make sure you catch them at Rock the Coliseum and Riot Fest. Follow them Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Again, I'm from Canadian Beats and Rock the Coliseum. Thanks. Have a good day.